lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful IRP. It is the Racers Elite Truck Series. I'll have to make sure I don't mess that one up here tonight. It's your Wednesday night broadcaster on a Tuesday night, Angel Santiago. I am joined tonight by my broadcast partner, Colin McDonough. I didn't screw it up, at least for the first time around.
Hello, hello. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing pretty good. I'm a little tired on the Tuesday night, but you know what? Work aside, I'm excited for some trucks at IRP. Aside from the fact that that alone is exciting, it's the first race of the playoffs, or the chase. I'm
It
sorry.
is the first race of the playoffs. Very stoked to be here. Very difficult track to pass on.
It is extremely difficult. The reason part, of course, is it is so dang flat out here, and it makes for some interesting lines, but it looks even more interesting once the tires wear out and everybody's just trying to figure out where they can go.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. The tire preservation really comes into play later on in the stints, and you see people, make fewer attempts at getting ahead of the vehicle in front of them, and more about making decisions on when to get rid of those tires.
And give or take, we're gonna have. Well, I say give or take, but we will have 140 laps here tonight. I mean, there are two green white checkers, so I guess that could be the give part there. But yeah, 140 laps here tonight with 5 total tire sets. So it's averaging about 28 a set. And you mentioning, of course, about the tire wear and how that's gonna affect all of these drivers tonight. If it goes green, you mentioned, possibly just, doing it on a two-stopper, that's going to be asking a lot on your tires, don't you think?
It's asking a lot on your tires. It's asking a lot on your fuel. I don't know how many laps these trucks can get on fuel here with the percentage they're able to run. But the track is so short that it can sometimes benefit you to just stay on track rather than making a pit stop with how quickly the pack comes back around.
And I think that's going to be the big gamble that we experience tonight. Well, we're going to be watching these drivers experience tonight, where are you going to want to come down pit lane, and it's going to be a huge benefit, if it stays green, you're going to come out. You might even gain a lap, considering how quick these lap times go here, that you can get a lot of time on a long run with those fresher tires. Of course, giving it back up on the other end. But qualifying's all set here, and well, no surprise, it's Brandon Honeycutt at the front. That's a typical thing on Wednesday nights whenever he runs.
Yeah, Brandon's always got pace.
Definitely one of the fastest. But you mentioned to me Blair Holloman. That's not a name that I recognize at all. It doesn't race in the Xfinity Series on Wednesday nights. He said, though, he's a guy with pace typically in these races.
Yeah, he's been very dominant in the Truck Series. I have to check my facts. I should go into my notes, but I believe he has won all but 3 races.
That would be pretty spectacular, should that be the case. And that's sounds like, man, I almost forgot his name. It was Nathan Mann last season in the Xfinity Series. He just absolutely dominated it. And yeah, looking here, he's won 5 of the 9 races that have happened this season. This is being, race number 10. But he only competed in 7, so
yes,
the percentage is even higher.
That's where I'm getting things a little bit wrong.
But dominant is definitely the right word that you used when you described him beforehand. So, but it's the playoffs, and this is the opportunity. Things get reset. You never know what can happen, and this is where stars rise, and where sometimes those who maybe need a little bit more practice, fall to the bottom.
Yeah, it's it's kind of reset. Now you have your playoff drivers, or your chase drivers, and everybody else. They're out here to still have fun, turn laps, and see what they can do. Everybody wants to get a race win, obviously. But it really changes the dynamic as far as who the players are.
And go up here. Oh, that's not one. Mentioning Brandon Honeycutt there, starting on pole tonight with Blair Holloman in second. Andrew Teft with Philip Archbald. Oh my goodness, I messed that one up. There in row 2. Row 3 goes to our very own here as well, Troy Thomas, my buddy on Wednesday nights, with Truth Hoke on his outside. Curtis Ecker, Rob Yost Jr. on the outside of row 4. Lee Campbell and Justin Bram, they are going to make up your top 10 for tonight's race. We had 16 drivers starting here for this race. I know it shows 19 that are on the board over there, but 16 that started the race here tonight.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Rowan Lloyd, one of the drivers, not starting, because he is a chase driver after all.
Yep. And you see the iRacing.com pace car hitting pit lane. Chase drivers, they'll have that blue, or most of them have that blue banner across the front or a blue spoiler, but just for show, they have the blue across their names. We're getting ready to go chase racing here in the Racers Elite Truck Series. We are green flag racing at IRP. That's a lap 1 of 140 that gets started here, and getting the pole maybe not the best option where you want that outside. Wow.
Yeah, that outside line is definitely the preferred way to get around this track.
There's Blair Holloman, who does take that lead in the process. You see, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle off of the turns. Through center of the turns. Oh, I love the way the sun just shines off of the hoods of these trucks out here. And you're going to have that struggle going off the turn, specifically getting on throttle, trying to keep that horsepower down without overdoing it. And also, that's the right, keeping the right rear off of it, but not overdriving it and hitting it with the right front. And there goes the 98.
Oh, no.
Oh, Andrew Tefti is sideways spinning. Mostly everybody's all right, but yep, that's another option as well, where you're just driving a little too deep and it's sideways.
Yeah, this is a track that's particularly unforgiving, kind of no matter what your driving style is. You really have to just be gentle on it and take care of the tires. It looks like maybe Andrew checked up mid-corner, not to get into the back of, I believe that's Philip Archibald in front of him.
And the struggle becomes, and you mentioned driving style, and I think including that driving style, there's a 60 Campbell clear. Wow, I think he does.
My goodness.
The 58 gets a little wall
catches
contact.
the wall.
But Justin Bram, I think, is all right there. Hopefully nothing too bad.
Yeah, fortunately at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, the speeds are not too fast. So usually if you catch the wall in an incident like that, it shouldn't be too bad.
We'll go on board here. These caution laps do go down quickly, but while we're still out there, at least single file on board for this 98, and you see here, it seems to be doing fine, and then suddenly it's just sideways. It almost looks like he just
got on
turned.
the throttle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these flat corners are just, you can't dive in too hard or you'll burn up the right front, and you can't get on the throttle too early or you'll light up the rears.
And only maybe a couple laps into that run, you do see the 19. Oh my goodness, the 98 coming down pit lane. He's in the 16th position, so I can't speak here. See, I assume maybe just coming down taking tires here.
Yeah, tires and fuel would be my guess. An early caution can kind of solidify a certain strategy that you have in mind. If maybe you were, doing the math and saying, I need to save 6 laps worth of fuel or whatnot by the end of the race. Well, now you won't. So
that's a fair analogy as well. I think that it's one thing that I always say. If a situation happens, caution comes out, or you're involved in an incident, your truck still drives fine. Okay, that's fine. It sucks, yes, but hey, those situations they're gonna happen. It's how you recover from them is really what determines, of course, your outcome and how your season continues. And I think it's just that much more important because it's the first race, getting to the playoff, the chase, where these drivers are stacked back up in points. So you're so close, once again, as close as you were really to the first race or two of the season, and any drop in position here tonight is just so costly.
yeah, I mean it's time for Andrew Teff to make lemonade out of lemons for this race.
Now I do believe it's right, the truck series, that there is not a choose rule for the leader.
Not to my knowledge.
That really sucks when you're the leader and you have a caution, because you're going to be on the inside.
It does, yeah. Depending on what track you're at, that rule can either help or, it actually won't ever really help you, but it can can certainly hurt you at track like IRP.
The iRacing.com.
And we are green flag racing. Oh!
It's a very late
Huntington
start.
did not quite get the start that he wanted.
Well, there's not a restart zone.
I think on the wall. Oh no, as well as on the pavement. I believe there is a restart zone.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, it's very late into it though.
Yeah, it is quite late.
You see trucks hitting the wall, bouncing off of it. They're off of the turns. It's gonna be common as long as you don't hit it too hard, or at least too many times. You should be all right.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do is bunch up that right front tire. Or the suspension into
Whoa, there
anything.
goes the 58.
Oh, no!
Justin Bram involved in that first incident. You see that right front, left front, sorry. It's just crinkled up from that, and then just got sideways here.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't even wonder. It just does seem like these guys are really struggling for grip out there.
Which, I don't think there's any surprise here, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Great job by everyone else, though.
Yeah, and also great job on Justin Brown to stay in the throttle and not try to save it and go up out into the line of traffic.
Oh, Indiana native, actually. So, quite a home track.
Certainly is.
58, he's gonna come down pit lane. Nobody else is gonna follow. Andrew Teft had made it up 2 spots there. But one thing that you have to also take into account is, Colin, this race, while it's 140 laps, the laps are quick, and we're already nearly at 10% through this race.
Yeah, and some of it's been under caution, so a lot of these guys would, whatever the fuel strategy or tire strategy was previously, it's gonna change a lot already.
Even if you never have to have green flag pit stops, save should always be saving. It's so beneficial, because if somehow if fuel mileage happens, you're in good position at least. Or
Yeah,
I mean,
I've never understood the mindset of trying to push really hard early on when you have 140 laps. You know, the moment there's a caution, the field gets bunched right back up. So it really is, the save game is always a good one to play.
I mean, and every bit that you can save, even under caution, is fuel you don't have to put in when you do have to come down with everyone else. That saves you just
Right.
a fraction of time. That could be the difference, restarting 3rd to 2nd on a final restart, and going from possibly finishing 5th or 6th to a win.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now,
Or if you're lucky, not needing to stop towards the end of the race.
because you did have that. Exactly. It's a strategy I learned, and I think it worked out for me best in the trucks in a race at a Gateway, where we had no need for cautions, but
Sure.
I kept saving fuel at every chance I got, and I kept picking up positions on pit lane when we came down, just because I had to take less time for fuel.
Yeah. So some of my best finishes were just saving fuel and lucking out and having enough to get the final lap done, where other people were stopping with 2 laps to go.
And I rarely do that. I'm awful at saving fuel.
Yeah, it's a bit of an art form, I think, because there's no right way to do it.
It's easy under caution, yeah, sure.
Exactly.
That's no problem, but not under green flag conditions. I can barely keep it straight as it is. These drivers will be looking to do the same as we get through turns 3 and 4. Back under green here to the Geico restart zone. It is very late. Wow, the 32 is up and going, and the 13 wanted to go, jumped, and had to pull back. That's going to hurt him as he has a battle for second with Philip Archibald.
I think being on the inside line is it's a game of chess when you're going into the restarts on this track, where the high line really is the better line to be on.
I also wonder, is there any chance of, saving some tire, running just, maybe a lane to half a lane lower?
It's entirely possible. But, it's a question of what is that going to cost you, and is it going to be more likely to force an error on your part by being on that low line?
Well, and I think dirty air, plays a factor. I know it's a short track, but regardless, these trucks are so sensitive to that.
Yeah, the aero aspect.
Oh!
Even if it's not whoa!
Nice save.
What
there,
a save!
Rob.
Even if it's not dramatic, the aero factor on tire wear is always going to play a role.
And it's typically, especially in that dirty air, that right front that's getting chewed up more and more on these long runs, stuck behind another driver. Ooh, a couple drivers hitting that wall before.
Yeah, it's tricky to exit out of 4. Is you want to get on the throttle as soon as you can, but the likelihood that you're gonna either loop it around or catch the wall is pretty high.
That
might get it done here.
He's come on. Rob's almost gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and get right in front of the 99. I think 99 as well. Just kind of gave him some room. Didn't really push it as hard.
Oh, and here goes Truth Hoke as well.
Truth said, "All right, I'll follow you, Rob. That's what you gotta do. I'll go ahead and do it. I'll take." He's like, "You let one by. I'll take one more. 2 playoff drivers and." And not a playoff driver himself, but just playing that respectful game early. That's also helpful, down the road.
I wonder if Philip Archibald is playing the tire save game right now, where he's just, I won't bother fighting these guys. I'll let them cook their tires, and when pit stops come around, I'll still have a little bit extra pace and stay out a little bit longer.
I think that's a great idea. Something that I love to do, especially at a track here, IRP. It's one of my favorites, as I mentioned before the broadcast, but it's one of my favorites, especially with the trucks here.
Ooh, it looks like Kensley Smith is going to get around our Troy Thomas.
Kensley Smith is, by no surprise, a man on a mission. Did not put a qualifying lap down, I don't believe. Starting back here in the 16th position, last of your starting drivers, and he moved all the way up now to this. He's moved up to the 7th position, so 9 positions right now gained, by far the most. Second is Curtis Eckert, second with up 5 spots.
And don't look now, but Andrew Teft is trying to get that inside line on Troy Thomas as well, as he makes it happen coming down the back straightaway.
I think Troy just is ready for 140 laps to be over. He hates these flat tracks, Colin. Oh my goodness, Troy just can't stand them, and he didn't look too bad in practice, honestly. He was at least, having decent pace. I think right now as well, he's just kind of fighting this long run pace, and let's see if he can either hold on to it or if it's just the beginning of the end for this run for him.
Well, Troy Thomas being a bit of a road course ringer, I wonder if he's just, like I was saying about Philip Archibald, managing the tires, not worrying about who gets around you, and just making sure that you bring it home safe and clean with as much right front left as possible.
Let's see, right now we're on board with him. He's keeping that wheel pretty steady, even with the pressure he's getting behind him. So I'll give props to Troy, not letting the pressure get to him right now, at least at the moment. Just keeping a nice smooth wheel. That's going to be very, very important for the long run.
He may not like this track, but he's doing a great job of managing it.
Yeah, see the 4 of Dennis Kane is getting around him, and there goes the 43 as well. Alex Teft is going to get out of this view here.
Yeah, the chicken coop racing drivers are all trying to follow suit.
So it looks like at least, for now, it's running all right. I'll tell you one driver who's really loving this is Blair Holloman right now with a 2-second lead over Curtis Ecker, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 2 seconds here, that's the difference.
That's a lot.
That's
it's 10% of the total lap time.
Yeah, perfect, exactly. So second and third, however, they're within 2/10. Is Honeycutt and Ecker have just been on a battle here. We'll show you their last couple of laps where Honeycutt has just been hunting him down, and odds are this next time Ecker will be probably a little faster because Honeycutt's been stuck behind him, but Honeycutt's just ready, looks like, to give him a little bump into that corner there.
What's nice to not be a playoff driver is that you can fight each other over the win all race long.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're respectful of the chase drivers and you don't ruin one of their races, you can really have some fun with it.
And Honeycutt, very respectful driver that he is in his own right. We're gonna jump back to a battle. Too far. Was the 15, Kenzie Smith. Already, he's making the pass now on the 83 of Rob Yo. So up 11 spots now, really just cranking them down. Another non-playoff driver, but he'd be a driver that could contend for a championship if he was racing all year long.
Oh, he's got pace. He's another driver just trying to manage their tires right now. Andrew Teft, on the other hand, his tires are 5 laps fresher. Granted, a few of those laps are under caution. He's got slightly newer tires than everybody else, as well as Justin Branham likely took tires on lap 12.
Justin's back here in the 11th position. And Justin's also going to be a little careful. Don't forget that there is still an incident limit for these drivers here at this track, 25. And you tag that wall a little too hard, that's 2x every single time you do. Oh my goodness, as I say that, 2 of them do it.
Speaking of which.
Oh my goodness, that's exactly what, that's 2x, I guarantee you, for minimum the 43, but probably the 58 as well. And 58 already, that he's a good chance he might have up to 8, almost 10x on his own already, 38 laps into the race.
Yeah, it is one of those tricky things with those incident limits where, even brushes with the wall can start racking that up.
As we look on now, Blair Holloman still holding on to a pretty solid 2-second lead over Curtis Ecker, which is pretty impressive considering that these two are still battling for this position. But while they continue to battle for this position, we do have to have our first break of the evening, but we will go side by side, so you won't miss a thing. We'll be right back, everybody. Oh, actually, hold on. I think the 13th.
Oh
ready
my
to
goodness! what a time to try to take a break.
It happens every single time I do it. I promise you. Ask Troy on Wednesday nights. Let's see this 13. Is he gonna use a bumper to finally get around this 19? Because that bumper is getting full of Truth Hoke and Kenzie Smith right now.
Yeah, this is gonna become a very dire moment of getting around.
All right, we'll take the break now. We'll be right back, everybody. Hold on tight. All right, Colin, back here live from what a beautiful racetrack is. Kensley Smith. He's looking on the inside of Truth Hope. Just noticed right now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Chevy Silverados right now.
I guess the bow tie is really dominant right now.
Yeah, they're showing up tonight. Your first non-bow tie is the 98 of Andrew Teft, as these drivers, oh man, second and third and then fourth and fifth are just putting on some great battles here.
Yeah, the top 5 is really exciting right now. Kensley Smith and Truth Hope. Oh man. Just when you're looking on the inside of somebody, it's so crucial to make sure that as you're exiting the corner, you don't let the front end plow it at all. Otherwise, any contact is going to send that outside car spinning around if they've already gotten on the throttle.
And a lot of times, it's bad timing, but yeah, your goal is to be careful with that, because it's not just what the damage it can do to them. Of course, the damage that can happen to you, your truck. You would probably get the EOL, of course, having a race pro. So that would just, of course, not necessarily end your night, but it's going to make it difficult to kind of march back forward. We see that 98 of Teft having marched forward, and at least the 58 of Justin Bram, who's basically got back to where he was running previous to this. But also remember, there was at least a couple laps on those tires for some of those drivers to give them that advantage. Your caution comes out now for wreck, and every single person coming down pit lane. You have no advantage. You just
absolutely.
be in the back, stuck in traffic.
Yep. Yeah, if you were to be the one causing the wreck right now, you get to start all over again.
So we got a couple more battles to check out here. The battle is for 7th between Philip, Rob Yost, Dennis Kane, and Alex Teft. 4 drivers, 2 Toyotas, 2 Ford. I'm sorry, no. 3 Toyotas and a Ford.
Yeah, I think Rob Yost and Philip Archibald were both drivers that I noticed kind of letting people by and managing their tires. So now this point in the stint, you're going to start seeing them not have the pace trouble with the tire fall off that the other drivers are going to be having.
Just on the nose of the number 4, Dennis Kane. An opportunity to talk with him, finishing top 3. Last week. The Xfinity Series, so looking to add to that. Here's a playoff driver. Looks like he's, Dennis is typically a pretty patient driver. He's definitely one that likes to save his tires over a long run.
Oh, definitely. I quite like running with Dennis on track. He's an extremely respected driver.
Ooh, is that the helmet? Nonetheless, we'll pull that down here onto 43. He's also just being patient here with that number 4 car. The battle for, oh man, that's really good there. That was just a perfect time to hit that button, to change over. The battle for second has heated up now. Blair Holloman has pulled away to a now 3.5-second lead over these drivers. So it just goes to show how hard it is to pass. And Honeycutt, I know he's a nice guy and all, but you're gonna have to use that old chrome horn tonight, buddy. I think so.
Yeah, I think he's gonna start getting frustrated, especially with your biggest mover, Kensley Smith, right on his bumper. Kensley Smith's up 12 spots.
He can't pass. I think, and of course, Kensley and Brandon being teammates, you saw Brandon get a little loose there off of that last turn, and Kensley could have gone under him off of 4, but just going to give him some space at this point of the run. Doesn't want to go side by side with him, and let Truth Hope and Andrew Teff behind him get a good run.
My goodness, Kensley. Oh, keep it together. Ah, no.
He didn't hit anything.
So the caution will not come out, but oh my goodness.
Wow. That was the worst time.
Way to keep that going. And I'd like the record to show Kensley Smith is still your biggest mover, up 10
I was
spots.
gonna say he's still in 6th, you know.
I have a feeling you're going to start seeing some people making pit stops at this point.
Let's go back to that briefly. Off of 4, he comes down. He's already loose. He's chasing it off of.
What a save.
Wow. Oh, there it is. Our first taker for pit lane. Rob Yost and Trevor Woodward are going to join him. Oh, no.
Whoop.
Six is calling it quits.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Well, at least you don't do it on track. That's the important part. Come down pit lane.
Oh, definitely.
There's Lee Campbell. He's got a battle here with Justin Bram. I think Justin's trying to get around him on the outside.
Now, green flag pit stops at a track like this, it's going to be interesting to see how different the pace is with fresh tires versus people that are still trying to make the old stuff run. You might start having some problems with corner entry where people on fresh tires are going to be able to run into the braking zone a little bit deeper. And hopefully you won't have any trouble with that as far as contact goes.
And as you see, actually, Blair's coming up on his first, well, I can't really say lap cars because it's just Rob Yost in front of him, who is a lap truck, but he is, you know, of course, he just came down pit lane. Kyle Hess is still, he's coming off of 4 as he's going into 3, so he's got still a little bit of ways before he gets any lap traffic. This is now completing lap 61, so we've got 79
Rob
to
Yost
go.
Jr. just went purple.
Wow.
Yeah, 22:08, which is, you know, Blair Hallman's best lap was a 22:10. So Rob Yost Jr.'s got some serious pace right now.
Well, I was just thinking, you know what's probably accounting for that? He's got, for the first time, clean racetrack in front of him. He can just put down whatever lap times he needs or he wants.
He's got clean air and brand new tires.
Which is going to be most beneficial for him to gain the most time on these, which is, you know, what we discussed early on. It's going to be that risk reward. If you come down pit lane, and I didn't really mention it, but now that we're seeing it, we didn't think about the fact that with how hard it is to pass, you're going to have clean racetrack around you because there's not that many trucks. You know, typically at IRP, at this point of a run, there's trucks everywhere in track, no matter where you come out, you know. But
Absolutely.
with 15 on track, 32 is really loose there off 4. But with 15 on track, that allows them to be able to keep up. Well, not even keep up, just blow the pace out the doors. Of course, you know, mentioning that Rob Yost was, you know, just put down our fastest lap of the evening. Of course, I'm sure we'll see Blair come down and put something of good measurement to it. He was only a little bit, as a 0.02 off of it, and the track is, I gotta imagine it's going to keep rubbering up as well.
Yeah, and you might even see the low line start to get a little bit more use as the high line, as the marbles start to build up there. It may start to lose some of its grip, and the low line might come into play.
Lee Campbell and Justin have swapped this 10th position 4 times over the last 5 laps. They're not going to give up.
Yeah, got some great battles throughout this race.
We're actually inching closer to the halfway point of this race. hard to believe, Colin, but it's a lot of the same drivers that we see on our Wednesday nights, and really just no surprise the quality of racing and just the respect, because you have to have respect not just for the racetrack but for the drivers, or for each other out there, and
Yeah, definitely.
that just shows week in and week out, even in the different series, because this is now the third. I've done the Super Speedway series and this one now, and it's all been just great racing throughout. As
Ooh,
I'm
let's
blapping
see.
away.
Yep. Kyle Hess and Lee Campbell are in pit road right now. And it looks like, some drivers are going to try to make this a one-stop race. So I guess the pace fall off from the tire degradation is not as significant as how long it takes to come down pit road and get some fresh tires.
Robbio's putting there on lap 57, though. You think that was too early, maybe? Or maybe he's looking to do this on two stops.
He may have been planning for a two-stop. So it was on lap 57 though, so it is interesting. Maybe he just didn't think that he was going to make it on fuel and said, "Forget it. I'm just going to come down now."
Pit from the 8th position. Right now he is. I'll give him credit. He's Kensley Smith is coming out in front of him, and Kensley Smith was quite a bit of further ways up. So
Keep it clean, boys.
yeah, they're just gonna have to keep it 3 wide.
Oh my goodness.
Kensley's like, oh, I'll clear this. Thank you. I got the fresh tires. 58, Justin Bram. He's in the 6th position right now. He's not pit. Blair Holloman. He's come down finally.
Yeah, and some of these drivers may decide to try to stay out an extra lap to get a lap led, because every point's gonna matter for the chase.
21:99, our first sub 22 second lap, and Brandon Honeycutt. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised either.
Yeah, Brandon Honeycutt's he's quite fast.
He's coming up on the 43 of Alex Teft. Alex up right now in the 3rd position, and not pit just yet. That leaves your top 3 drivers having not come down pit lane.
Ooh, Andrew Teft comes down pit road.
And I'm almost wondering that as much of a gain as you're seeing on the short run of this, if it does go green, is it going to benefit those who stay out longer because they'll have some fresher tires?
All the freshest tires. Yeah, it's with how difficult it is to pass. Like that's really the biggest thing is, will those fresh tires really help you get around somebody towards the end?
Well, depending on, I guess it had to be a big enough difference in tires.
Yeah, or just a big enough difference in your confidence in the tires.
21:97, Blair Holloman. Kensley Smith would also put down a sub 22. He had a 21:99 as well with Honeycutt. So 3 21-second laps put down here on their initials. Curtis Ecker just put down his fastest lap of 22:12. So
I suspect these trucks coming out of the pits right now are on a slightly lighter fuel load than what they started the race at, and that might be a little bit of a contributing factor to the sub 22-second laps we're seeing.
Well, he's chasing down Honeycutt right now. Honeycutt was able to pass him, having come down 3 laps earlier. Now, Honeycutt spent a lot of time being blocked, not necessarily blocked, but just unable to pass the truck in front of him. Did he learn something to try to use that against the 32? The 32 is loose, and so was the 15 there off of 4.
It's the first few laps on these brand new tires. The grip isn't there yet. The temperature is not in the tire yet, so you have to be really careful bringing these tires back up to race pace, that you don't just overdrive them too early.
As your leader at the time, there, or current leader still, Alex Teft, he's coming down pit lane, and Philip Hartball, 99, yeah, that's the 99 truck, sorry. Philip, he's coming down.
Will SRM's own Troy Thomas get a lead lap?
Oh, he's definitely looking to hold on to it. The 58 would like to take it from behind, but I don't think he will. He had that number 3 will lead a lap here and get himself a lap led. 5 points. 5 points is all that he missed out on it last week. I think he's probably feeling like if he did this a couple more times in the season, he may be here fighting for a championship.
Yeah, he probably would.
And
that's too
hindsight's
bad.
2020.
Absolutely.
Or hey, caution comes out. He's in a pretty darn good position because even if
They'd be in a great spot.
yeah, because if caution comes out, odds are most everybody's coming in anyways.
Yeah, I think Troy and Justin did a great job managing their tires early on, just kind of letting people by, and now they are going to have a huge advantage as far as the fuel load when they come back out of the pits on fresh tires. To be fair, Justin Branham, he was on pit road on lap 12 from that second caution.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It was honeycut with Holloman and then Casey Smith just behind. You have there 99 of 50. Phillip coming by. He just came down pit lane, so he's got 10 lap fresher tires for these drivers in front of him. So as a lap truck, you know that this is a battle for the lead in front of you, but you also want to try to get your lap back in the process, and you can almost take advantage. There it is. There's the pass for the 32.
Will he get the drive out of the corner? It looks like it.
Oh, man, it's just not going to be enough for him. Can the 13 just hold on? 13 goes all the way to the top of the board, trying to get a good run off of the turn. Who's going to keep it? Oh, the 32 is loose off of 4, and the 99 is just going to have to take a step back and let these drivers figure it out. Oh, no! Honey cuts in the wall. That's going to cost him. The 32 is going to get around him and should clear him off of 2.
Looks like Philip Archibald is going to try to squeeze on by as well. That's going to bring Kensley Smith. Honeycutt's not going to love the look of that.
32 needs to let the 99 by ASAP, because one mistake by the 99 and there goes your victory. 1, 2.
Yep.
He's not your battle. He's got fresher tires. There you go. Exactly. Let him on by.
Yep.
You're faster than 13. You got that runoff, and there it is. You hold on to it, and you just that's a problem you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, that one risk that you run about letting that lap car through is, will the person I'm battling with manage to get through as well?
I do apologize. Troy had pit there on lap 85, so just a few laps ago. We were watching just this great battle that was happening.
Whoops.
Sorry, buddy. And his pit stop was pretty solid. Pretty good time overall. Justin Branham finally come down.
Justin Branham's in. Yep. So Troy Thomas, on a one stop, he proved that you can go 85 laps on a fuel run.
So I had to say that Rob is probably gonna make it. Wow, that's still incredible to think.
Yeah, that's yeah, Rob Yost Jr. should be able to make it.
Troy's it's like
Close,
a little
though.
from Joe Nagano there, trying to save as much fuel as possible. Get himself a couple extra, get himself a victory that way.
And hey, if a caution had come out with everybody's green flag pit stops, shaking things up, Troy Thomas would be, on the front of the field right now on fresh tires.
Well, and overall, let's see, he is 15 lap fresher tires, and he can definitely make up a good deal of time in the process.
Oh, most definitely. He just went green on his last lap, but he's managing his pace. He wants those tires to still feel really good towards the end.
It's a current battle. Truth Hogan Andrew Teft, they seem to be kind of glued together for a lot of this race ever since Teft is kind of, reeled back these guys back in after his spin early on.
Yeah, he's done a pretty phenomenal job coming back from that one. And then Kensley Smith at up 13 spots on a track that's difficult to pass on. I don't know how to do that. It's impressive.
And those were under green. Those were not
right.
caution. That was not through strategy. He just drove his way through the field and did a spectacular job of it. It's like, oh, I thought those two were gonna have an opportunity to battle again. Lee Campbell and Alex Teft, they are also having a nice battle here for the 7th position. Alex looking to make up now 5 spots. Very impressive on his own end right there.
Yeah.
If he can. 4
Alex
right now.
is Alex never ceases to impress me when he'll hop into the session late. He won't bother qualifying or practicing, and then he'll steadily work his way through the field. And as somebody that tends to put in, oh my goodness, as somebody that tends to put in a handful of laps in practice, it's always frustrating when that guy that didn't show up for practice just blows by you.
Yeah, I can see that. And I guess I see that the 43 for Alex Teft is no different whenever he is able to race on Wednesday night. So that's pretty funny. Rob Yost is actually coming down pit lane here.
Oh wow. I wonder if he'd been planning a 2-stop the whole time.
Maybe, and I guess like the old Layer Max says, you made your bed, you gotta lay in it now. So.
Yep.
He's taking.
Oh my goodness! A caution is coming out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I'll chop him a lap down. Maybe. Oh, it's gonna be 2 laps down.
That's the last thing that Rob needed.
Yeah, the worst part is getting trapped 2 laps down in the process. Because if it was a lap down, he'd get the lucky dog, and
right.
Sure, maybe he had to start at the back of the field, but he would still be on equal tires with everyone.
Right.
Oh,
but with everybody coming down, maybe he can get one of those laps back.
Yeah, definitely get one.
I guess Troy Thomas would be the lucky dog candidate. Do we know what happened to bring out that caution?
We're talking about something, but Kensley Smith.
Oh no.
Let's see here. They bring out caution the last time. Oh, there it is.
Oh no.
I did a good job of saving it, but I think that just was enough to bring the caution out.
Yep.
Right. While we have these drivers coming down pit lane.
That was quite tight.
Yeah. It kind of just took me by surprise. I wasn't sure what was happening. I was like, whoa.
The race off of pit road was a pretty hot contested race.
Sure what we mean is they are still going to get lined up again anyways. There it is.
Everybody's on 4 tires. Oh
wow,
my goodness.
32. What a launch. And because of that, 13 has nowhere to get off, and then the 19 almost makes contact with them as well. All right, we're going to have 38 laps to go now. They just crossed the line. It looks like the lights were still on the pace car. So, yeah, let's see, Rob is up there. Troy did not get the lucky dog in that. Doesn't look like.
I'm seeing Troy on the lead lap and Justin Branham on the lead lap.
Well, that's because right now they are
Oh, I'm sorry.
in front of the leaders. Yeah.
So they may both get the wave around.
Yeah. So, which is unfortunate having pit on lap 85, but not to say the odds are, but there's a chance that the caution comes out. I think it's a good. I think it's a good bet to stay out here, get your wave around, and then come get the the fresh tires. Maybe 5 laps, 10 laps later.
Yep. Yeah, and then Rob Yost finds himself in the lucky dog seat if there happens to be another caution.
The only one lap down. So take us away here, Colin. We've got 37 to go.
We have Blair Holloman on the inside and Brandon Honeycutt on the possibly preferred outside line as we come to the Geico restart zone. Green flag waves, and we are underway at Lucas Oil Raceway Park.
Across here, the Racers Elite Truck Series is in their very first race, round 1 of their chase, and Blair Holloman is looking to continue what has been a great job so far here tonight, just so far this season. Battles, of course, going to be fairly minimal for the moment, as everybody's just trying to get a feel for their tires, kind of let them warm up before they push it too hard.
Yeah, we saw early on in the race that it takes a few laps to really get these tires into a comfortable operating range.
And it's... Oh, there goes the 19. Wow, nice save, Becker.
Goodness, what a save.
It's still a 30-plus, 35 lap run, give or take. You're going to have to do something to save your tires. I say that, but Blair Holloman puts down a 21.88. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's qualifying pace right there.
I mean, and everybody in the field is putting down their fastest laps as well, even with other drivers, around them. So it's just also showing that confidence that they're also gaining, putting down this many laps.
Yeah, it's possible that the track's gotten better. We can't be out there to feel it, but it's possible the track's got a little bit more grip now.
Yeah,
Let's go 21.87.
Oh my goodness. Actually 74 degrees is the track temp. It's actually down to 6:57 p.m. local time on what would be May 15th. That's why, of course, it's still daytime at 6:57.
I believe when the session started, we had about 94 degrees track temp. I'm seeing 84 track temp now. So
yes, correct. Perfect right there. And that's what's allowed some extra grip along with the rubber laid down. It's really allowing these drivers to have that confidence to drive hard into these corners. But again, there goes somebody back there.
Oh my goodness, Dennis Kane.
What a save.
I wonder if these guys are now kind of expecting how loose it'll get off a turn 4, and they're getting a little bit better at catching it.
I think that's also fair as well. You're kind of getting that
You get more confidence
practice,
to push the limits of it.
The problem is when you go too far. That's kind of expected.
That's yeah. Being overly confident is never good. Oh my goodness, Brandon Honeycutt wiggling back and forth.
Well, and this is why I love Andrew's mind, the way he works with the schedules. As we're 113 laps in now. Last week, to finish off the season, it was, and to be clear, finish off the regular season. It wasn't a special race. It wasn't an all-star race for fun in between the regular season and the chase. No, the regular season finale was a dirt race. And was it the first time that they've had dirt at the Truck Series, or?
I would have to double check on that.
I think maybe the second time they did it, but okay, not often, everyone.
It made for a great race.
Great race, but the sunset views. But anyways, Eldora. Then we came here, to IRP. No, yes, still short track racing, but very, very different still, of course. Next week we head to a massive 2-mile track at Auto Club. Now, that's going to be a big change for these drivers as well.
That is a really fun track.
And sunset as well? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so many lane options at that track, and it'll be a fun one.
I don't wonder, is Racers Elite a workout regimen for some of these drivers as well? Because the amount of work that these drivers are putting in here at Eldora, sorry, I'm good at Eldora. Oh, yes, Eldora probably was a lot of work. But tonight at IRP, these long green flag runs, and then we're going to head tomorrow night for the Xfinity Series, and again, a good majority, I can say probably 75% of these drivers are in that Xfinity Series, where we're going to be at Old Atlanta. Same thing, slipping and sliding, going to have long green flag runs. They're going to be tired with their arms. This has got to be a workout for them.
Yeah, it's people don't give sim racing quite the credit that I think it is due. If you're on a direct drive, base for your steering wheel, there's a lot of force feedback, and you are if you're turning 140 laps at IRP, by the time it's over, your forearms are feeling it.
I'm on board actually with Kansas Smith. He's trying to make a pass, but show you what those arms are. What is that steering wheel looking like? Even for somebody who's generally really smooth with it. Oh, he's pinning him down. Lee is.
It looks like maybe Kinsley's. Oh my goodness. Maybe he's fighting a little bit of understeer. That thing looks like maybe it's a little bit tight.
Tight where it doesn't need to be, loose where it doesn't need to be either. You see Lee kind of go back up there, so he's pinning him down wherever he gets a chance to. And that's what you have to do here, especially when Lee's not fighting for a championship, but hey, he's fighting for every position he wants. Oh, a little bit of contact there. What a save again.
Goodness.
Jump out outside of that, but glad we were on board to see just you've seen the outside view of what the 15 does against sideways. That was showing you the skills live. That 50, oh my goodness, Kensley Smith, just give it a moment. Those tires are probably screeching hot.
Dude, he's really driving the heck out of that truck right now.
18 to go, there's not a lot of time left.
Yeah, I think the track temp
coming. There he goes!
Oh no!
He gets to the
And
inside
that might
wall.
bring out the caution.
He's on the grass though, single car. It might not bring out a caution, honestly.
All right, we stay green.
Now he's gonna pull down pit lane. We are gonna stay
do the
green.
right thing.
He's not in the playoffs. He said, you know what, that I want to win this race, but it's not worth the caution right there. But great job, great respect there for Kensley. Well, I was going to say right before that, with 18 to go. It's not 16 to go. We're going to take our final break here of the evening. Give, again, another shout-out to our partners at Premier Setups. Great job that they do over there if you're looking for setups for all different types of racing disciplines. They've got them out there. And, again, I've mentioned it on Wednesday nights, but and I promise you I don't get nothing for saying this. And you know that, Colin, but I've raced against at least one of the guys that does the oval stuff setups, and that guy is not just bad fast, but he's very clean, very respectful. Somebody you would see in a series like this, but clean, respectful, and my goodness, he can kill you on the long run. So if I ever did open, that's something I would try. But we'll be right back, everybody. Hang on tight here. right, Colin, we are back. I know we're only gone for what is only a short minute, but that short minute clicked away 4 more laps. It is only 12 to go here already in less than an hour.
Yeah, this one's gone by really quickly, but it's it's what we expect from Racers Elite, that they do have long green flag stints of racing.
Troy Thomas is trying to get up and around with Justin Brandt in the 58. And then Andrew Teft, Curtis Ecker, they're currently in a battle there for that 4th position. As Ecker's looking on the inside of there of Andrew. Looks like he might get a pretty good run here. Can he pull it up on the outs? I think he's going to go ahead and let him on by.
Yeah, Andrew might not be fighting it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's not a playoff driver, so he might just think, forget it, I'll let him go.
It's not worth possibly getting wrecked and being the 3rd playoff driver tonight, and possibly being, let's see, the 3rd to last.
Yeah, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get tangled up in something that lets his brother Alex in any closer.
That is true. You always want to have that brotherly battle. As 8 laps to go. Countdown. And see, you got 12 drivers currently on the lead lap, 13 on track. Kenzie Smith, you saw him come down pit lane for losing it there, and just didn't really do any contact with the wall, not enough to be heavy damage on pit lane. But he's just sitting this one out in his pit box with just now 7 to go. Wow, that 32 was loose off of 4. He's still pushing it pretty hard, even with a 1.1 second lead, 1.2 now.
Yeah, I think these drivers have gotten really confident with how much they can slide the truck coming off of turn 4. And that's why we're seeing those, what looks like a really squirrely fishtail, but it might, these drivers might feel like it's very composed and under control at this time.
That's nice run here. Good Brian Honeycutt. Nice run here for Truth Hoke. We're really working this back bumper of Brian Honeycutt. He's possibly looking for a 2nd place finish here.
Truth Hoke, he always just calmly and quietly works his way through. And he's such a joy to run with on track, if I'm being quite honest.
That's what everybody says. Is, I've always wanted to say, and I gotta go race against Truth for that. And even my buddy Odie, he says the same thing. And Chris, they say that Truth is definitely somebody who's very, very respectful out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
4, nothing come off of turn number 2.
Blair Hallman just dominant tonight, still sitting on the fastest lap with a 21.87.
Nice view off of turn 4. Turn 2 is these little skid marks all the way across. That's just these drivers slipping and sliding as this run goes with the rubber that's been laid down already.
So Kensley Smith decided to park it, but what I will say is that he's finishing 2 spots up from where he started.
Man, there you go. Still nice gain right there.
So there's a silver lining.
There's always a silver lining. Right now, Alex Steps is looking to be the biggest mover of the race, up 6 spots. Hold off the lead Campbell in the process. But Blair Holloman looking to make it another victory here on the season, column.
Yeah, Blair Holloman doing Blair Holloman things, as Alan Bergen would say.
I could not agree more. As it comes off of turn 4, Blair Holloman, he's going to take the first victory of the chase here at IRP with about a 1 second lead, more or less, just a little bit less than that right there at the end. That'll be victory number 6 on the season of just a very short 8 starts. That's, gosh, the goodness, that's incredible here.
It's tremendous.
And Brandon Honeycutt and Truth Hope there, finishing in second and third. So, Hope, however, being your second playoff driver tonight.
Yeah, great job for Truth Hope coming up 3 positions. I think he leapfrogged over Andrew Taft, so that's another chase driver that Truth Oak will be stoked to score ahead of.
Well, I mean, he was 2 spots behind him or 2 points behind him. Sorry, 8 points behind him coming into tonight. So that'll help eliminate that difference. Is that old 32 going to do what looks to be maybe a Polish victory lap here? Let's go ahead and find. And I will let you take this one away, Colin.
Hello, Blair Holloman. It's Colin and Angel in the booth. Have you got a copy?
I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing great. Take us through that race. That was another dominant performance. You had the fastest lap, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, this is one of those really weird tracks that you can't really tell which groove you want to run. Like the absolute bottom is where you'd love to put the truck, but there's no banking really down there to put it. Practice, I just tried to figure out how I could diamond the corners and really try to maximize getting on the gas coming off of 4. I can't roll the top around here. Like my comfort level is not very high with that. So for me, it's if I can diamond the corner and I can get on the gas early enough running the bottom around 4, I can almost equal the speed. So that was the goal pretty much during the race there. Just lucky that Teft had a little bit of a moment early in the race because last season I had nothing for him, and I feel like if he didn't have that issue and he was still up front, I probably still wouldn't have had anything for him today. But yeah, it was a good race. It was just like I said, this track is very strange with the banking, so it's just trying to figure out where you can put the truck to try to make speed without knocking the wall down. It's definitely the battle you face around here.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. I'm sure you're stoked for the points it'll bring you in the chase. And is there anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for getting you here tonight?
Yeah, a couple quick shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my team captain. I know Yost didn't have the finish he wanted this evening, but still, we tried to make it work the best that we could this evening. And I want to give a shout out to my dad. I know he's watching, so hopefully he was entertained by tonight's race. And thank you guys for the broadcast this evening. You guys definitely, from what I was able to hear under caution and a little bit during the race, because the iPad's a little louder than the headset, you guys definitely made it sound really nice, and it's definitely going to be good to watch back and listen to.
Well, thank you very much. Go enjoy that victory.
Thank you, guys.
All right, race winner there, and then we're gonna bring in now, Truth Hoke. Truth, we're bringing you in. Brandon Honeycutt not in the session, but nonetheless, a podium finish, 3rd for you. How are we doing tonight, buddy?
Tired.
I am glad. I'm not glad that you're tired, but I'm glad that you mentioned that because I had mentioned it sometime before. You're gonna have some work cut out for you tomorrow because we're at Old Atlanta tomorrow on those Xfinity cars.
Yeah, I haven't even practiced there yet.
well, you got practice in getting a workout, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Walk us through what this race was doing for you and how were you able to just kind of manage your tires over a long run and really just keep up with some of those faster cars, trucks in front of you?
I tested a lot over the weekend for this one, and I just run my pace and just race the racetrack, and wherever it fell, and I got lucky. I thought Andrew was going to catch me there and blow me away, but I got past him when he didn't pass me, and I started pulling from him. I thought, well, I might have this. I don't need a caution, though, please.
That's what
My,
that's those happen those situations like you're really wanted it to work out, but hey, third place again, podium. But the important part is that the 13 of Brandon Honeycutt's not a playoff driver, so truth, you're actually number 2 of playoff finishers tonight, which that helps at least a little bit more, I think.
oh, I did not know that, but yeah, that does.
All right, well, we're happy to bring you the good news.
All right.
That does help you close that gap on the second truck there, or second place truck, of course, in the boss man in Andrew Teft. You are now only, let's see, I think it's 5 points behind Teft for that second spot in the points, and a very solid still 23 points behind Blair. With, wow, what is it, your 6 top 5 and your 7 top 10 of the season.
All right, that sounds good to me there.
I guess there's one thing before I let you go, and at least let you thank your friends, family, sponsors, anybody like that. But there's one thing Larry Mack always says that I know I mentioned it earlier, or I mentioned one thing he always says, but something else is he says finish all the laps. Truth, you have finished the second most laps so far this season, only one behind Andrew Teft, and I think that shows right now in those points for sure. So from here, who all do you have to share? Or my goodness, who all do you have to thank for your top 3 run here tonight?
I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do this, and you and SRM and for covering it, broadcasting it. Can't wait to watch it tomorrow at work. And Andrew for putting on the league, and my team, the Outsiders, Troy and the guys. And just y'all guys for broadcasting. I hope it was a good race.
Oh, I would say, Colin, I think you can agree. It was a pretty darn good race for us to be able to broadcast.
It was a great race. It was a fun one to watch.
We had a blast. Truth, we'll see. I will see you tomorrow night. Well, I guess, Colin, you're racing tomorrow night, right?
I should be in the field tomorrow night.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll see. I'll be broadcasting, of course, for both of you guys in the field tomorrow night, Atlanta. But we'll see you as well in the trucks next Tuesday. You guys have another bout, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make this sure I don't butcher that one. Oh, it's Auto Club, so that'll be another great track for you guys.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I just keep this good run I got going.
There we go. It's all about momentum. Good luck, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, later.
All right, Colin. Let's wrap this one up. That was our third place finisher there in Truth Hoke. Great run we had here tonight for these drivers. Blair Holloman, we mentioned, with our race win, his 6th of the season in 8 starts. Brandon Honeycutt in second. Truth Hope, the second of your playoff drivers, which is happy news to be able to give to him, finishing in third. Curtis Eckert 4th, Andrew Teft in 5th. Alex Teft would finish in 6th, Lee Campbell 7th, Philip Archibald in 8th, with Dennis Kane finishing 9th, and then Kirby Wainscott would round out your top 10. Okay. Troy Thomas, very own. We'll see you tomorrow night, buddy, up here in the booth. No, he'll be tired after that race. And there in 11th, Justin Branton in 12th. Rob Yost would finish in 13th. The first car 1 lap down. That strategy, unfortunately, did not work out for him. Kensley Smith in 14th. Kyle Hess in 15th. Trevor Woodward in 16th. That would round out the field of drivers that would start tonight's race. The next 3 were not in contention driving wise. Colin?
Big thank you to Race Control right there. Doing a wonderful job.
That is right. That's Chantel Pottle?
Yep.
I swore I was going to screw that one up. That's my favorite thing to do. Colin, got any closing thoughts for us here tonight before we shut her down?
No, I think this was an awesome race, mostly green the whole time, and I look forward to seeing what happens next week at Auto Club.
I look forward to it as well. I look forward to tomorrow night as we have our race from Atlanta, 105 laps, and then of course on Thursday it is Thanksgiving, so the next gen series will be off. I want to thank everybody once again, not just from Racers Elite, but everyone at SRM as well for you all joining us here tonight, watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out all the things that SRM has putting on for Racers Elite on a just about nightly basis throughout the week. And we do wish you all a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Please, let's not deep fry frozen turkeys. Let's do things right. Have a great evening, everybody.